Okay, so this is from last weekend up at Laguna Seca. Thanks to the SFR crew, San Francisco region, for letting us race with them during this COVID mess. Had a great time up there, some of my fastest laps ever, but I couldn't quite catch Ed, as we'll see here. Also had a major clutch issues in the middle of the first race, so didn't get to finish it. And these are photographs of Bob and Lenny scrambling to pull apart the transmission from the engine and replace the clutch. As you can see, I held the umbrella, really important part of the work. But thanks a million to them for getting the car fixed before race 2 in the afternoon. Carrie Ann, of course, was there shooting video. Thank you, love. She was above in the stands right above turn 4, so most of the external shots will be 2 through 5. Here's the start of the race, or actually, sorry, the grid. We're getting rolling off here. I start from 4th place. The car right in front of me there, the red and white one.
Here comes the pace car. This is race 2 on Sunday. Robert is starting in 4th.
I was trying to get in that Ed in the red and white cars. First, maybe second time I've raced with him. I'm not sure. He's quite quick, and I chase him the whole race, as we'll see as this goes along. As the caption indicates, this is the start of the race. I get a little bit of a jump on Ed. He's to my left. You can't see him here, but not enough to move over in front of him or anything. So I just decide to slip in behind him. I'm thinking that it's a long race, 35 minutes, and so 20 plus laps, and that I'll have time to get a couple shots at Ed. I figure he'll get tired, and also I'm really at this point quite happy sitting here in 4th and settling down. The 2 cars out in front are an F3 and a 300 horsepower Toyota, I think, Formula Atlantic. And their tires take a while to come up, so let them get out of the way.
This car should be coming off. It should be green, green, green. Green, green, green.
During most of the internal shots like usual, but during the external shots with Carrie Ann, I'll try to long 35-minute race, so got a lot of time. So as I just mentioned, this is a long 35-minute race, so I'm pretty happy here in 4th place and just getting the tires fully up to speed. Usually take a couple 3 laps, and waiting for the 2 cars that are in front of Ed. One is an F3 with J in it, and I'm sorry, I forget the name of the guy driving the Formula Atlantic. They're both faster cars than us, but the tires take a few minutes to come up. So that's why you see Ed in front of me there harassing them. But I'm really kind of ignoring that and just driving my own race at this point, just getting all warmed up, and figure I'll have in a few laps a chance to chase down Ed a little bit, maybe even pass him. Could just repeated myself, but that's okay. And so that external shot was turn 2 through 5, and this is 6 here. We're going up the hill. You might have noticed me kind of sliding around turn 4 there. Bob and I were playing with the setup, and we put some extra weight, about 75 pounds, on the left front, and it made me quite quick around those 2 turns, but a little tricky. You had to be careful. This is coming down through turn 9 and 10 and 11. I seem to make up ground on Ed here all day long. In fact, I guess this is a good point. This is a good point to go into. I was basically catching Ed turns 2 through corkscrew, all the way uphill, if you will. But downhill, he was pulling away from me. And so unfortunately, coming right here where Ed's gotten away from me a little bit. And so Bob and Carrie Ann in the stands didn't really realize how close the race was. I seemed to be about 6 to 10 cars behind the cars most of the time. But we're going to jump to lap 6 and into lap 10 because that's when I get closest to him. And I can also mention that I don't have the last half of the race, so this is only going to go to about lap 14 or so, but it all looks the same, truthfully. Boy, I really missed the apex in that last clip. Most of the time I think I was hitting it because I'm closing on him, and as you can see here, getting quite a bit closer. And if you look at him close, I wiggled a little there too, but I felt like he was starting to get a little tired, and I seem to be closing in on him, like you can see here, and I'm thinking I'm going to get a good chance at a pass. I think we'll hear Carrie Ann here in the next exterior clip making a similar observation, but congrats to Ed. I think he just teased me a little or took a little rest. Well, he was wide there, wasn't he? Took a little rest in the middle, as we'll see.
You might catch him next time around, baby. Go, baby, go. Just might catch him. All right, go, baby, go.
As the caption indicates, this is lap 10, and this, as a reminder, is where Bob and Sherry and them cannot see me. This is up on top the hill from turn 6 down into the corkscrew and turn 8, 9, 10 here. They can't see any of this. And what I'm thinking right now is I got him right where I want him. I'm going to catch him. But as I mentioned before, I think he was just taking a break or teasing me a little. I think he's had some other pretty fast laps here. I think somewhere along here we'll hear Bob talking about me having a fast lap or Carrie Ann, but Ed nips me on the end of the race there. And I mean, I had the fastest laps all the way to the end of the last lap. In the last lap, Ed clips me by 0.3 of a second. Congratulations. And you probably heard Carrie Ann. She thought I was going to get close enough to pass him as well. So this is the 11th lap as it indicates. Don't really have any exciting thing to say except, well, I guess I can comment on the race was 22 laps long, but I don't know what the deal is. My camera and my AIM data logger were giving me problems today. I have no data, as you can see. There's no speed, nothing here on the screen on these in-car shots. And then after about lap 14 or 15, the camera died too. So fortunately, nothing really changes here. What you're seeing is representative of the whole race. So we'll just call it a day here at the end of 14 laps, even though we went on 22. This is a decent point too to mention what you just saw out of turn 11. Ed was really good. He was pulling gaps on me there every lap. I got to fix turn 11 next time. The last clip, and this shot right here was another good point for you to see that uphill, up from turn 3, 4, 5, 6, right up here to the corkscrew. I was catching it every lap, and then here I was doing my best to hang on, but he would gap me just a little bit. Not so much right in here through turn 10, 9 and 10, but into turn 11, out of turn 11, he was good all day long. Good job, Ed. And so I think we're about to start 13 here. Yep, there's some traffic up there. I'm thinking I might get a little help from the traffic, but as it works out, and you'll see in these next couple clips here, this traffic and the next guy, they do a real nice job of just letting Ed and I come through, and so it doesn't really impact the race at all. Good shots though. Okay, repeating myself again here. I think this is lap 13 or 14, and this is going to be about where the video starts to run out. The race did go to lap 22, but again, it looked like what you've been seeing, so haven't missed anything. I have no idea why I'm highlighting the corkscrew at 13 here, but we'll watch it, and I'll keep talking because the in-car audio is so noisy from the wind noise. There's a good apex of that turn 10. And no, probably because of the more traffic ahead, I'm thinking I might get a little help from them. But as I mentioned previously, that doesn't really happen, and that's fair. As I'm sure you heard, I'd done a couple 129s, a 129.7 I think was the quickest. I think Ed must have heard that too, because as I mentioned earlier on the last lap, he lays down a 129.49 or something like that, about 2-3 tenths quicker. So again, I think he was just toying with me, keeping me back here, not worrying about it much otherwise. That's okay, Ed. I'll be faster next time. Okay, that's more than enough of this race. As you can see, I did finish fourth, only 3 tenths behind Ed, but I think that's where he wanted me the whole race. I had 3 laps in the 129s, which is my fastest ever. I had 12 in the 130s, which is great for the consistency. thanks to my crew, Bob and Lenny for the repair, and Carrie Ann and Sherry for all the dinner funny stuff. We had a great time.